What's up, guys? Huge week 3 ahead of us. Starting tomorrow night, put together an incredible slideshow. Um, got all my notes here just to justify everything I'm saying. Just to start and recap, last week I went 3-3, so needed to legitimize myself. I'm 50% valid. Using my headset, you'll deserve better sound quality. So here you go. So there's my recap. Let's get it rolling. Got to get back to my America's Got Talent finale here. First matchup, have to start with the defeated squads, Brendan and Steve, who can find the win column this week, guys. Who's going to be one step closer to not making the playoffs. I don't really like either of these teams, no surprise. I also don't like a lot of these matchups for some of the bigger name guys. Steve's team going into Indy with your quarterback and running back, I don't see either player exceeding their projections. And why is Kenyon Drake still showing up in your lineup? Your top player plays for the Browns, Odell Beckham. He's going against the Rams, AP against the Bears. I think Justin Tucker is a sure bet for top 3 scorer for you this week. Brendan's got Baker in LA. I think Gurley will be okay this weekend. Both of his receivers are home against bad defenses, and I think they'll be in the end zone. So I do like his receiving core this week. I don't like either of these teams. It's going to be low scoring. Make sure I got all my notes here. Yeah, Steve's team stinks. Brendan wins a low scoring matchup. Steve 0-3. I'm sorry. Stick with us though, buddy. Let's get into a couple of these one-on-one matchups, starting with Evan and Rillo. Rillo has his Texans heading into that soccer stadium in LA to maybe do well against the Chargers. You never know what you're going to get from that defense from the Chargers, but I think the Texans will be fine. I don't know what we'll get from Juju without Ben. No idea. Mark Andrews, tight end 1. I think Lamar will find him a plenty, so I think Mark Andrews is great start at tight end. Not like he had any other options, but that'll be promising for him. I don't like Josh Jacobs or Damian Williams. There's a lot of red question marks in that lineup, or red questionables. You're going to get even more hurt. So Evan's team looks healthy. Love Lamar against Kansas City. Love Dalvin against the Raiders. I like Kittle. I think his time this Sunday is going to be 100 yards in the end zone. And then I love the Cowboys defense. I hate Joe Mixon. He stinks. I mean, you might as well start Malcolm Brown over him. I don't even know why Mixon is. He was drafted 13th. I don't get why his ranking was high. He's awful. Bengals are awful. They score, but they're awful. I hate Breida after scoring last week. Can't imagine he has back-to-back good weeks. Maybe, though. That being said, Evan wins a close matchup, I think. I just think Lamar Jackson is going to get him 30 against Kansas City. But anyways, next up, Dan Jack. Huge matchup for these talkers. These guys love to talk. 3 players I really like for Dan this week. Rivers at home. Marlon Mack at home. Davante Adams at home. Then let's put the Patriots defense at home. They're defending against Brett Beestick from the Jets. I really don't even remember the guy's name. Trevor Siemian broke his ankle or something. I don't know. I like the Bills defense, so I think Tyler Boyd has a mild week. The Browns are going to be playing from behind a lot against the Rams, so I don't think Chubb's going to do well. I hope he doesn't. Jack. You have your tight end playing on Thursday Night Football. You know what happened last week. You played someone on Thursday Night Football, but that same person without Cam might get 38 touches this week. He's the only Panther that might touch the ball. He's going to, besides the center. And I like Mike Evans a lot. I think the Bucs beat the Giants pretty handily. They stink. And I think Evans has a big game. That being said, Wentz stinks. Frank Gore's the RB1, not Singletary. So that being said, Dan wins this one, sending Jack into utter panic. What will he do at 1-2? I don't know. But next we have our 3 undefeated teams. None of them are playing each other. So can all of them be 3-0 at the end of the week? Maybe. Let's start with a matchup where Glenn has to go on the road against Ryan. Obviously, the Patriots are beating the Jets. That's not a question here for Glenn and Tom Brady and Michelle, but how the Patriots are going to win, we never know. They're going to throw in so many different formations and different players. I think Brady gets those 18 projected points, maybe, nothing more. Sony's not used all that much. We need to save him. There's not a need to use him. Let's just not. So I don't think he does well, fantasy-wise. James Conner's just as good as Jalen Samuel. I don't know. Michael Thomas doesn't have a quarterback, but I like Sean Payton. I think he gets creative with this offense, gets Thomas involved. Obviously, he'll be involved, but I think he'll shine. I think it'll be a good week for him. I don't know why you're starting Robbie Anderson. I'd suggest DK Metcalf. Trying not to be biased here, but, I mean, I don't know what you're doing there. I mean, Robbie Anderson had a long catch when they were losing 23-3 to the Browns, so let's put him in. I don't know. Might happen again, but I like the Packers defense. There's that. Can't imagine the Cowboys getting into the end zone or getting into their zone and not getting a touchdown. So all extra points for Maher. Ryan's not sure what quarterback to start. Either one's going to have 25 to 30 points. Doesn't really matter. Cooper's up against the Dolphins. He's going to get in the end zone. Barkley's got a tough matchup. Christian McCaffrey did nothing against the Bucs defense, but I don't think Daniel Jones knows what to do. It's not the preseason. I'm rooting for him, but I think Barkley's going to help him with his carries and probably some shovel passes or whatever, those short, stupid passes to Barkley to rack up those stats, pad those stats like Westbrook. Not sure when Miles Sanders will show up. I like a 1 p.m. home game at home, though. 1 p.m. home game at home. Could be his week. Chargers defense might get annihilated. I don't know if they're going to be in the starting lineup by Sunday, but the best flex in the league, Peyton Barber, best running back right now. He's got like the most touches or carries. I might have made that up. All that being said, outlook's not bright for Glenn. Looks like he's walking into 0-3 territory. I think it could be close. We'll see what happens to that Patriots game, but I think Ryan goes to becoming undefeated. He's not going to go undefeated. Next up, undefeated Jimmy versus Ty. Goff stinks on the road. I don't have the data off the top of my head, but I feel that it's true. I don't like David Johnson, but, I think this week, I still don't like David Johnson. I don't like him at all. I think he's going to break his wrist this week, or his knee, or his thumb, or his toe, or concussion. I like Keenan at home with Phil. Julio played too well last week to convince me of anything higher than 9 for him. 49ers defense is a top 7 defense, in my opinion, throughout the whole year. Looking forward, I think the Steelers stink. I think they'll be great. I think they'll get you a lot of points. I love Larry this week. I think Kyler finds him often. And I expect a lot of field goals from Will Lutz. Ty going with Kyler this week. Okay, without Breeze. Good luck. He's going to get sacked a lot. Intercepted, but his projection looks right. 16 points maybe. I don't know. I don't like Alvin without Breeze. I like Chris Carson. I think he's going to find the end zone. I love Godwin. I think that's turning out to be a great pick for you. I really do. I like the Bucs. I hated the Bucs about 8 days ago, but I like the Bucs. I think any player on that team is a great start, except Ronald Jones. So I like Godwin. I think he's going to get you a lot of yards against an awful Giants team. I don't like Cooper Kupp on the road. You have Kelsey, though. That's fine. And Allen Robinson, he sucks, dude. He's droppable. I don't know. Who's throwing him the ball? A guy that played at University of North Carolina? This matchup might be close. I'm going to go Ty. He's got some important players at home, and I think that those teams are going to win their games. That's going to provide him some opportunities for points. So, last but not least, my personal favorite matchup of the week, 2-0 Bill versus Jesse. First glance, I see a flashback. Derrick Henry, 99-yard TD run against the Jags. I'm quite confident it was Thursday Night Football. It's probably home, though, so it's not in Jacksonville. Will it happen again? I mean, obviously not, but I do like the Jags D, especially on a Thursday. They're going to try to support Gardner Minshew. They're going to try to get a W. Jalen Ramsey is fired up. He loves the Jags. But I think Henry slows down this week. But they don't have anyone else. I don't know. He might be fine, Bill. But I think Jameis has a big week. I love the Bucks. I don't know if I've said that yet, but I do. I think the Bucks are good. I think they got a chance to get to 2-1, and Jameis Winston's the almighty quarterback to get him there, and he's up for the challenge. He's ready to go. I wish you started Danny Jones, but I'm proud of you for utilizing your brain. Jameis has a big week, 23 points. Don't like Edelman or Bell at all. Looks like he'll have the Seahawks tight end in place of Joku. Man, I do love Eckler, top 3 running back. He's going to show up again against the Texans. Doesn't matter what defense Chargers are playing. They're going to end up scoring, and Eckler's going to be that one to get him in the end zone from Rivers. Jesse, let's see here. Rodgers and Aaron Jones at home against your Broncos. I don't know. I thought I liked it, but I like the Broncos D. Actually, I don't. I don't really like the Broncos D this year. They kind of played 2 crappy teams, and they haven't won, right? I don't know. I think the Packers are going to dump on Denver. The Denver dump. Zeke's going to be utilized softly against the worst team in football, so I don't know about Zeke this week. Maybe 8 points. I love Thielen against the Oakland team, though. Hopefully Kirk gives him the ball. Hate the Lions. I mean, last week they combined for 20. One of them had 19, the other had 0, but I don't like the Lions. I say you get 12 from those guys. Bold move not starting Woods, but I like it. Matchup's going to come down to Monday Night Football, and I think that the Bears were going to get at least 8, and I think Jesse's only going to need like 4 or 5 points going into Monday. I hope you win, Bill. Join the 3-0 club with Ryan. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.